The kitchen module is designed in such a way that the user is able to price up any type of kitchen. Before I begin my pricing, I will quickly show you the layout of the pricing sheet. I don't have any red cells to fill in, all of the cells are blue. This means I can pick and choose the items that I will be using. This is what makes this module so flexible and so easy to use, and as you will see, nothing is forgotten. I will now start to put in some numbers. To begin, I will enter my base units. I'm given the option to enter up to 4 different types or sizes of base unit. If you had more than 4 types, you can easily enter extra lines to cover for this. I can also use the drop-down menu here to select the type and size of base unit that I want. As you can see, there are many options. I will be using the default white units shown here, but you can change these if you wish. As you can imagine, there are numerous types of kitchen units on the market. If the unit type you're using is not in the drop-down selection, you can easily add it to your material library and it will be available for you to use in your pricing. My kitchen will have 3 of the type 1 base unit, 1 type 2, 2 type 3s and 2 of the type 4s. I will also need 1 tool unit or broom cupboard and 2 of the corner base units. I'll also enter 2 T-joints and 2 corner joints. At the moment, based on the information I have entered, the plinth has been calculated. If I click on the question mark, the diagram shows me that the current plinth requirement is based on the areas that are highlighted blue. The program's not able to know if the kitchen I'm pricing has any returns, these being the areas that are marked in red. If you do have returns, you just enter in the box how many linear metres of plinth you will need to cover these. I'll have 4 linear metres of returns. So I put this number in. On the pricing sheet, I can see that I'll now need 5 lengths of plinth. I'll now click on the worktop's question mark. This works in much the same way as the plinth. On entering the base unit, the program calculates the worktop needed based on these, but it's not possible for it to know if you're putting in appliances that require worktop over them, like a washing machine, fridge, and so on. So you just put the linear metre amount of extra worktop that you'll need for your kitchen here. I'll enter 1.2 linear metres. The diagram below allows me to enter any deductions to the worktop that need to be made. For example, if you are having a full sink, you would need to deduct the worktop that had been allowed for the base unit that was housing it. I'll enter 0.6 linear metres. Even though this is a deduction, I do not need to enter this number in a minus format. Now I'll enter my wall units. As with the base unit, I can enter up to 4 different types of wall unit and 1 type of corner unit. If you required more types, you can just enter an extra line into your pricing sheet. I will have 3 of the type 1 wall unit, 1 of the type 2, 4 of the type 3 and 1 of the type 4. I will also have 2 of the wall corner units to match my base corner units. I will click on the question mark for the pelmet and cornice. Again, like the plinth, the fronts for these have been calculated. If you have any returns, you just need to enter the length of these in this helpful diagram. So I will need 1.8 linear metres of additional cornice and 1.2 linear metres of additional pelmet to allow for going down the side of the tall cupboard here. I'll just click on the question mark for the end panels. If you require any of these end panels for your base units, as sometimes they're not finished, then you just enter them here in the pricing sheet. I'll need 2. My kitchen is now priced. All of my fixings for the base and wall units, along with the cornice and pelmet, have been calculated, and the details for these are shown here. I will just click on the base unit fixings question mark. I can see that 2 fixings have been allowed per base unit. If you wanted to change this, you can do so here in the diagram. I'll leave it as it is. For the wall units fixings, I can see that 6 fixings have been allowed per wall unit. I will also leave this as it is, but you can change it if you want. And if I click on the pelmet and cornice fixings, I can see that 1 fixing every 0.3 linear metres has been allowed. Again, I'll leave this as it is, but you can change it, here in the picture, or in your master copy. That way it will be as you want it every time you price. All of the totals for my materials, hours, labour and overall total are shown here along the bottom. My kitchen is priced and exactly as I want it.